how to make money blogging. When you think about starting an online business, for most of you, that's probably what you think of doing. Start a blog, start a website. That's how you're gonna build your online business. And then you start doing a little more research and you figure out, okay, maybe freelance writing is the best way to go, or maybe it's SEO or design or affiliate marketing or products. But for most people, it all comes back to blogging. And the thing about all of those online businesses is they all kind of come back to blogging. Because even if you're not a blogger per se, you're still gonna have a website, you're still gonna create some sort of content for it. So really, in the end, most of us all are bloggers, and we need to know how to make money off our blog, and that's what we're gonna talk about in today's video. I'm gonna tell you exactly, if you are starting from scratch, and if I were starting from scratch, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would do to start making money on my blog as quickly as possible, and then also talk about how I would scale that to the point where I'm able to quit my job, I'm able to support myself, and I'm able to have a six-figure passive income business, because that's the dream, isn't it? Tim Ferriss sold it to us like 12 years ago when he came up for Hour Workweek, and now I'm gonna give you the keys to the castle and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. So on that note, roll that intro. Okay, we got a lot to cover. This is a very broad topic, and I'm gonna do my best to make this as useful as possible without rambling on to completely unnecessary things like I often do. So the first thing you need to do if you wanna make money blogging is you have to figure out, well, what you're gonna blog about. And I want you to get as specific as possible. These days, there's millions, tens of millions of blogs and websites out there. So what are you gonna do that's gonna be different than what other people are doing? Don't worry about the fact that there's tens of thousands of other mommy bloggers or cooking bloggers or fashion bloggers or whatever it is you wanna do. Only worry about what can you do that's gonna be just a little bit different or maybe just a little bit better. You see, the internet's a very big place. There's plenty of room for everyone. You just have to be good at what you do, and more importantly, you have to know exactly what it is you do. So these days, it's probably too much just to say, I've got a vegan cooking blog. You want to get a little bit more specific with that. A great example is minimalistbaker.com. They do a really good job of saying, we're going to only share recipes that take 30 minutes or less, are 10 ingredients and less, or could be made in one bowl. Very, very specific, healthy recipes. And so that's garnered them a large following because it's very clear what they do and they do a really good job with it. So as another example, when I started my golf website, I was talking about all things golf. I was talking about golf travel, I was talking about golf courses, golf equipment, the PGA Tour, golf instruction. So I finally realized I was just trying to do too much. I can't be everything for everyone. So I finally said, you know what, I'm just gonna do the product reviews for products that I think are cool. And I'm gonna share, stories from my travels and photos from all the different golf courses I play. By only focusing on those two things, I was able to carve out kind of a unique niche for what I was doing that people resonated with. So the people that wanted to see cool product reviews and the people that wanted to see cool golf courses were able to find me and find really, really good content around just those two things. My instruction content, my equipment content, my PGA Tour content, that all sucked because it wasn't something I was super passionate about. So for you, the best advice I can give is pick your industry, and then find a niche within that industry, and then niche down even further. Find your niche within a niche. We've got a great video on that I'll link to below. So long story long, the more you can niche down, even if it feels like you're reaching a fewer number of people, the more people you will actually end up reaching because you have found something unique, you've created something different from what other people have done, and it'll show that you're passionate about those things. So find your niche, really, really, really get clear on what it is you're gonna write about. That's the first step to making money blogging. Okay, the next step, just to make sure this actually is a good idea, and it's not something you're gonna get burnt out on or bored with, is brainstorm 50 different pieces of content. So can you write 50 posts? Can you come up with 50 headline ideas for your new blog? Because if you can't, then you're probably not gonna have enough content or enough interest to be able to actually sustain this and make money off your blog. Ideally, you'll be able to rattle off 50 posts in 20 minutes. And these don't necessarily all have to be posts that you can write right now. Maybe they take more research, or maybe you've got to buy a product to do a review. But these should be post ideas that could be a great fit for your niche and for the site that you want to create. Step number 3, what I think is decide how you want to monetize it, but you don't want to start monetizing it just yet. So there's lots of different ways you can make money. It could be through, using your platform to market your freelance services. It could be through affiliate marketing. It could be through ads. It could be through sponsored posts. It could be through creating an information product or a community. There's lots of different ways you can monetize. So figure out over the long term, what's the type of monetization that you want to start to pursue. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be one, but what you want to do is you want to create your roadmap so that you say, okay, month 1 through 3, this is what I'm going to focus on. Months 3 through 6, this is what I'm going to focus on. So everything you're working towards, it's not just, hey, let's create a bunch of content and hope that eventually it makes money, because that's not a business strategy. So you want to be able to start creating content and promoting in a way that's going to lead you towards the goals you have for your monetization. So if your goal is to monetize through affiliate marketing, then you should be creating a bunch of review posts and building relationships with those potential affiliate partners. If your goal is to create your own products, then you should be building your email list as quickly as possible so that once you've got the product, you've got people to promote it to. So there's no right or wrong way, but it's really important to start thinking about how you want to monetize before you actually start to do it. And this leads us right into our next step. And this is the one, honestly, I work with a lot of people within Location Rebel Academy. I work with a lot of blog readers that are starting their own websites. They want to make money blogging. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I see, is that they try and monetize it from day one. You want to build trust before you build income. I'm going to say that again because it's really important. Build trust before you build income. So for the first few months, 3 months, 6 months, for me, I didn't really try and monetize Breaking 80 for 2 years, but I know we don't all have that much time. But focus on creating really good content before you start focusing on making money. Because once you have trust with your audience, they're going to buy whatever it is you're selling, as long as it's useful and relevant to them. An example of this is, like I said, when I first started Breaking 80, I didn't try and monetize for a long time. Eventually, we came up with the 80 Club, which is my golf membership site for private club members. And what ended up happening was I put it out there, having no expectations. Within 48 hours, just from 2 Instagram posts, I got over 50 applications. And that was all because I had spent years building up this trust. Now, you don't necessarily have to spend years doing it. It can be done over a period of months. But if you start out and everything you're doing on the site is just trying to make money, then people are going to see right through you. If you're going to be successful making money blogging, you actually have to have a brand. You have to have a blog that people want to read. And if all you're doing is trying to sell them, they're not going to want to read it. So build trust before you build income. If you keep that in mind, good things are going to happen. Man, I'm sorry, I got stuffy nose right now. I got a little bit of a sore throat. We're on a deadline. I said videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if this is going to get out on Monday, but fingers are crossed. Okay, we're about to dive deep into the specific how-tos, but let's just recap what we've covered so far. Figure out your niche, make sure it's really, really specific. Can you write a bunch of blog posts about it? Can we make sure you're gonna be excited about this topic and you're not going to get bored? Figure out how you're going to monetize it. Again, you might have multiple strategies, but at least have a little bit of a roadmap so you know what you're working towards over the course of the coming months and the coming years. And then finally, build trust before you build income. Got that? So those are the things that when you're starting your blog and you want to make money with it, make sure that you've got answers and you've got a plan for all of those things. Now, in this part of the video, I'm going to go into if I were starting from scratch, say I was starting a new blog from scratch, which I actually kind of am. I'll tell you about it in a future video, but we're just getting going with this new blog in a completely different niche. I haven't really talked about it at all, so I'm going through this personally. But in this part of the video, we're going to talk about exactly how I would go about monetizing a new site and doing it as quickly as possible while still building the trust that's necessary to build a long-term brand. So does that sound good? Cool. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so you got a new blog. You want to make money with it. What do you do first? Well, there's 4 types of content that I would start creating in order to set yourself up for monetization. So the first one, product review posts. Find products that you love within your niche, within your industry, do product reviews. Second up, best posts. So it's similar to product reviews, but you're looking at kind of a whole segment of a product. So best golf balls, best travel gifts, best golf gifts, best cocktail shakers, whatever it is. The reason I create posts like that is because when people are searching for, say, best cocktail shakers, they're looking to buy something. And so if you've got a valuable resource that compares and contrasts the different products on the market, then they say, okay, well, you think this one's the best. I read all the different things. Yeah, I agree. That's the one I want. and they click your Amazon link and they buy the product, then you're going to get a commission. So by starting to create content that has the potential to rank for those, you're going to set yourself up to be able to make more money in the future. The third type of content is list posts. 10 best blank, 10 reasons to not do this, 10 things I hate about blogging, whatever it is. People love list posts. One of the great things about them is they're really clickable. It's like people they see 10 best beaches in the world. It's like, you gotta click on that. You gotta know. And so creating content like that, specifically around a keyword, not ignoring the keyword. You want to make sure you do your keyword research, so you make sure that there's traffic that's actually coming to that term, that people are actually looking for this thing. But by doing that, you've got a clickable headline, you've got an interesting blog post, you're able to add your personality to it, and it's something that you can start to rank for over time. So product reviews, best posts, and list posts. Those are basically 3 of the 4 types of content I would really focus on when you're getting going. What's the 4th type of content? Personal content. What's the stuff that's going to build trust? What's the stuff that's going to make people like you? What are the stories you can tell that people are going to relate to? That was one of the things I did a really good job of in the early days of Location Rebel, is I'd post like my last day, where I wrote about quitting my job, what to do when you don't know what to do, the benefits of daydreaming, all of these things that gave insight into who I was. Even if they were horrible posts that made me look like a complete wimp, you at least saw the journey. And for other people that were thinking about quitting their job, or they wanted to, make big changes in their life, they could read those posts and say, oh, I get it. This guy's right where I am. I like him. I trust him. And that's what you're trying to do. So by having the review post, by having the best of posts, you're establishing your expertise in a topic. But then by creating some of the personal content, maybe talking about how you got into this industry, how you started falling in love with this niche, why you decided to start this website. That's what's going to build rapport and get people to trust you, want to read you, and want to have a relationship with you, in an online perspective. So for the first, 3 to 6 months, that's what I would do. I would post 2 to 3 times a week. I would just go back and forth between reviews, best, list, personal. Those are the types of content, and I would just cycle through those. You could maybe mix some interviews or something like that with other experts in your field. That's something you could do to mix it up. But I would really just kind of focus on those 4 things. You're trying to build trust, and you're trying to set the stage to be able to monetize down the road. Next step, while you're doing that, while you're focused on creating content, you also want to focus on building your email list as quickly as possible. The single best tool you have to monetize your website is your email list. Whether you're trying to do it through freelance offers, whether you're trying to do it through affiliate stuff, your own products, whatever, if you can communicate with people directly, you can send an offer directly to their inbox, and they trust you, great things can happen. So in those early days of your site, and even the later days of your site, I would do everything you can to optimize your site around collecting email addresses. So there's lots of different ways you can do this. Come up with a compelling newsletter and a compelling hook that you put out every week. So instead of just having a generic sign up for my newsletter, figure out what your newsletter is and how can you make it unique and different and make people want to sign up for it. Tim Ferriss has a great one that's got hundreds of thousands of people on it, where he literally just sends them 5 different posts or 5 unique ideas every Friday. And because people trust him and they like him, they want to know what he's thinking about. They want to know what he's excited about. They want to see what those products are. So think about how you can come up with your own version of that and use that as your kind of opt-in bait to get people to sign up. Another thing you can do is create a content upgrade. For instance, we have Location Rebel Arsenal here at Location Rebel. So that's all the tools that I use to be able to run my business from anywhere in the world. So if you want to know, what apps I use, what technology I use, what cameras I use, what computer I use, all of those things, I've got a whole email opt-in. So if you sign up for our newsletter, you're going to get that book. So figure out the type of content you're creating. What's something where you can take your blog post and take it a step farther? If you're really going heavy on the product reviews, maybe you've got a little ebook you put together about the best products within whatever your industry is, or something like that. Figure out what you can create that's going a little bit farther than your blog post, going a little bit more in depth, providing a little bit more information. Put it in an ebook and then give it to people when they sign up for your newsletter. For instance, right now we've got one that's converting really well. So if you go to locationrebel.com/FWG, you get our freelance writing guide. So it's basically a tool, a resource that helps you start your freelance business that goes a little bit more in depth than a lot of our blog posts or videos do. And so we've just got a landing page, locationrebel.com/FWG. You go sign up for that and you get our free book and you get that next step towards building your freelance business. So figure out what version of that you can do in your own niche, because I cannot stress the importance of an email list high enough. Google can change its algorithm and you can lose search traffic. Instagram can delete your account because you broke terms of service you didn't even know existed. No one can take away your email list. It's that powerful. That is your way you can ensure that you can always communicate with your readers. So, and one final way to grow your email list really quickly is you can run ads. You can do Facebook ads, you can do Google ads. If you don't want to wait to play the long-term SEO game and wait for Google to, rank your site and start showing it up in search rankings, you can run ads to a landing page that gives away that free gift that we just talked about. So that can be a way that if you're trying to speed this up a little bit, ads can be a good way to do it. Okay, so you're creating your review posts so you can start making money through affiliate marketing. You're creating your email list so you know you've got a built-in user base, fan base, people that trust you that you can send offers and valuable content to. Now what? Well, from there, I would start looking at higher paying affiliate programs within your industry. So what are products that are out there that have high affiliate commissions that you can review? So in me, I teach people how to build online businesses. And let's face it, there's a ton of, $2,000, $5,000, even $10,000 courses all about how to build online products and how to build an online business. Well, a lot of those pay really good affiliate commissions. So maybe there's a 20% commission on a $10,000 product. So if somebody, clicks my link, reads the review, buys the product, then I could get a $2,000 commission off just one product, which is crazy. Now, I don't do a whole lot of that here, but there's been products that I've literally made tens of thousands of dollars just from those one things. And that's just kind of like a side benefit because my main business is creating my own products in my own community. But that's what I do. Once I've got that email list, once I've got some review posts, I'd start looking around for some higher paying affiliate programs so that I can start making a little bit more money off the reviews that I'm doing and off the content that I'm creating. Now from there, you're growing your email list, you're killing the content game, you're starting to get things ranked in search. Then I would create an entry-level product of my own. What is something that I can create in, a couple weeks that's going to solve a very specific problem and help a very specific person that I can charge $20 for or $50 for. That's going to allow me to start building up my revenue and not have to rely on affiliate products as much. So for instance, here at Location Rebel, we've got the complete beginner's guide to building a lifestyle business. Essentially what this is it teaches you everything that you don't know you need to know. So if you're just getting started and you have no idea what you want to start a business around, or you don't know the different types of online businesses you can have, this goes into detail on all of it. So it basically teaches you all of the what, and then once you kind of figure out, it's like, okay, I realize, I read through all this, freelance writing is definitely the way I want to go. Then we've got Location Rebel Academy, which walks you through all the step-by-steps of the how, and that's our higher price product. And that would be the next step for you. Once you've got your entry-level product that solves a problem and you're getting your audience used to buying from you, then you create a more in-depth flagship product that you can charge hundreds, if not, $1,000 for. Because once you have these higher priced products and once you've got this trust and you've established yourself as an expert, that is one of the best ways to monetize. You can make more with one sale of a high-priced product than you could in a month or even a year with Amazon as you're first starting out. And personally, I really like the community aspect of it. I think there's a lot you can do with small niche-focused communities. So we've got our Location Rebel community for people that want to build online businesses that give them the freedom to travel and spend time doing the things they enjoy. So pretty niche. We've got my golf community, which is for private club members around the world that like to show off their home courses to guests, they like to travel, and they like to geek out about golf on the internet. Now, each of those, it's probably a fit for just a small segment of my audience, but for the person that is the right fit, it hits them perfectly and people are willing to pay for it. So once you've got that entry-level product, start thinking about what your flagship product is. How can you go into more depth? How can you help people in a bigger way? How can you bring people together through a community? And how can you create something that you can charge more money for? So you've got your affiliate stuff starting out, you build that email list, you find higher paid affiliate programs, you create an entry-level product of your own that you can market to through the email list, then you create your flagship product, which you might build a more in-depth marketing funnel around, and that's kind of a whole different story. We're not going to go into how to market the product, but I would start building that so that you can start bringing in more significant money on your own without having to rely on affiliates. Now, throughout all of this, as your traffic on your website grows, once you start getting to the point where you've got tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of visits a month, that's when I might consider ads. Not running ads on your own, but hosting ads on your site. This was something for a long time I was against. I thought it devalued your site. I thought it made the user experience bad, which that's still kind of true to a point. But with ad networks out there like Mediavine and AdThrive, let's face it, you can make a lot of money simply for doing, well, nothing. Or nothing you wouldn't already be doing. Just putting ads in the content you're already creating, you can make some seriously big money if you've got traffic. And so it's, in some ways, it's kind of like free money. I've recently started doing it on my golf site, and I've honestly been kind of surprised at how much money I'm making with relatively little traffic. And so when you combine that with affiliate stuff, when you combine that with your own products, well, it can be a great way to continue to monetize the site. So there you go. I mean, that is essentially the blueprint. That's the roadmap for how to make money blogging. Find your niche, create content, build trust, start finding affiliate programs, build your email list, and then create products that are going to cater to your audience. In a nutshell, that's it. That's exactly what I've done with Location Rebel. That's exactly what I've done with Breaking 80, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with my new site that eventually we'll start documenting the journey on here on this channel. But we'll save that for another day because, well, this has been kind of a long video, and I still sound sick and nasally because I am. And we're going to New York next week, and I gotta make myself not sick, not have this sore throat. So with that, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, give the video the thumbs up. I love the thumbs up, so just take a second. I'll wait. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you. And with that, make sure to go check out locationrebel.com. We have hundreds of posts all about how to build a business online. So if that's something you want to do, regardless of whether you want blogging, freelance, affiliate marketing, info products, we got stuff on all of it. So go check out the archives. I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Take it easy. Peace.